All right, we recording, we live. Man, what's up, bro? How you feeling?
Peace, bro. What's going on? I'm feeling good.
All good. You got me excited over here. Uh, been shaking some moves and showing improving, which
Definitely.
most people don't do. This is exactly what we need so we can perfect processes. Um, so real quick, let the people know who you are and stuff like that before we go into the testimonial.
Oh, yeah. I'm not Suit Ayuku Rakael. Um, I'm a member of the organization. I'm ready to keep going on and keep demonstrating. So we got the TSA movement.
Nice. So this TSA, so we showing a quick clip of when you first you going through the security. Where was you at in this video?
I was in Michigan. I was leaving Kalamazoo.
So you was leaving Michigan and going where?
I was going to Texas.
Texas.
Texas. Yeah.
All right. So without any further delay, I'm gonna go ahead and play the clip.
And you don't take driver's license.
You get that passport?
No, I just have my IDL and my IDP.
So I've never had one of those before. And you don't take driver's license. So I've never had one of those before.
Okay, that was the first clip. That was when you got on the plane. Now, okay, I think that was it. So you got a quick clip of
So I've never had one of those before.
of your first time trying to go through there. So basically, let us know what happened after that point right there. Well, first off, we already know it's a complete bullshit that they don't accept any forms of driver's license. That's everybody.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we normally don't accept driver's license. Stop it. So
Yeah.
so explain to us what happened after this.
They tried it. Basically, they definitely tried it. They have a book that they actually have all the different international driver's licenses. Anything that comes from a different country, they actually have that book, and you can go and see the IDs. So they went through it. They were going and they was checking the actual IDL and the IDP. It's got our face on it. It's got all the credentials. So they were going book to see if it matched up, basically. And as the fact of it not matching up directly to what was on the card, they was like, well, what is this from? So, you got to explain it to them. So I'm American Indian. I'm indigenous to this land. This is from my tribe. And so I was like, okay, the brother that you see in that, he's the head because she was, she just at the desk, but he's the head. So he was like, I'm okay with it. It shows everything, but let me call up. Let me go ahead and verify first. So I was like, all right, sure. That's fine. I don't mind.
Okay, so he called.
One.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, all right, go ahead.
So you say he called up to a higher authority?
So once he called up, I mean, he decided for a second. You said whenever? It's breaking up a little bit. What you say?
No, I was saying so that particular supervisor manager called up to a higher authority to confirm, right?
Absolutely. No, they told me to sit to the side. It wasn't like no real scrutiny. It was very more like I have never seen this before, other than like where they were about to prosecute it or some or a situation of that. But nah, it wasn't nothing major as far as that point. They just want to do an extra little search, and it really wasn't even like extra search. It was the normal pat down if you were one of the people that would been in the line. They would say, okay, we're gonna pat you down.
Gotcha.
They didn't really go through none of my stuff. It was like it was pretty in and out. I didn't have to go to no side doors and none of that.
Right. With the black gloves.
Yeah.
I had to go through that some years ago in Jamaica. That like it got to the point it was like every time I'm going to these back rooms and shit. But that's a key factor. Like what people got to understand when operating, you know, in a foreign capacity. I've been getting a little feedback from people that's not really with the shits. You know, they still, you know, just using some form of United States documentation and stuff like that, and they're fine with it.
Yeah, the I-9 information.
You know, I mean, you know, some people are using their, you know, still using their state IDs or driver's licenses, but a lot of people are getting comfortable with using the United States passports. That's cool. I congratulate people that's doing that, but don't get comfortable with that. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't get comfortable with that for the simple fact that it's still issued by the United States. Now, is it good to have? Yeah, but don't knock and compare the process. You know what I'm saying? I've seen a lot. I had this question asked a couple times. Do they pat you down? You know what I'm saying? And when I get asked that question, I'm asking myself, like, why the fuck does that matter? You know what I'm saying? like we showing y'all how we getting through the highest security in the United States. You asking us, did they pat you down? If I would recommend them pat us down, to be honest.
Yeah, absolutely. You know like even if you don't have if you have just a regular ID, 9 times out of 10, just because they're about to do, you know, the Real ID Act, they're still going to ask you to move to the side just for extra security.
Yeah. Now, me even if I go through the airport, even when I went through the airport with my regular identifications, I typically always get pat down simply because I always have some jewelry on, a lot of extra stuff going on in my pockets, some stuff, you know what I'm saying, a lot of stuff in my bag. That's normal, you know what I'm saying? So I don't understand the concept with somebody like that's when I say like people miss the point. You know what I'm saying? It's like they don't get the message because they missed the whole point. You know what I'm saying? Or they missed the level on what we doing things on. You see what I mean? So It's like I'm like, and even if we got to put ourselves in the mind frame of the agents. You know what I'm saying? Like if I was them, because at no point has nobody reported back as if somebody looked at the IDs as if they're bogus, fake, fraudulent, anything of that capacity. It's just simply they might not be familiar with it. You know,
it's new to them.
They haven't seen it. And so just for the sake of their jobs and what they, you know what I'm saying, they call for clearance. And every time they've called for clearance and went up to the next level, they've always getting through. It's always been passed.
And on the other hand, the same thing is like, you know, if you're not on no bull, you're going straight through, you're trying to get to your destination. I mean, the same thing. If it was another person that they were doing to you, you would definitely be like, yo, man, y'all need to scrutinize them because it might be some situation. So I told the same thing I told him. I was like, man, I don't care. I'm fine. Yeah, go ahead and tell everybody. Let them know it.
Yes, we operating especially all the stuff that's going on in the world in general right now. If you have an individual that's operating in any form of foreign capacity, it's like I would expect for them to do a double check, but as long as it's in a respectful form, in a respectful manner. I haven't heard nothing back that they're doing all type of extra stuff, taking people in back rooms and you know what I'm saying, any aspect of that. They did a simple secondary check just to make sure, and then make sure you wasn't a terrorist and coming on a plane with a bomb.
And I see it. I left Texas. When I left Texas, it was just homage, bro. They was like, oh man, this is amazing. It's like, where you get this from? I said, it comes from my tribe. It's like, okay, bet here. It wasn't any of this as far as what happened on this video. They let me straight through. And I went to IAH. So that's an international, you know. They ain't give me no scrutiny at all.
Yep. Yep. Every place is different. You know, interactions are different, and these interactions are extremely important. So that we, you know, are able to educate ourselves on the best way to interact with with the agents or whatever. You know.
You know, they say the best is just, you know, speaking an intelligent tone and don't be fidgety. Like you
Yeah.
just gotta be like, yeah, go ahead, do that.
Yeah.
Make sure, yeah, call up there, let them know who I am.
Exactly. Mhm. That's all they looking for, to see
Yeah.
if you certain. You know, certain.
Yeah.
They see if you certain in your tone and your energy. You know, that's because what we got to realize is that they cannot, in all actuality, they can't truly like validate us. In a certain aspect, they can. We are the validators. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
We are the validators. Like anything on an international level, foreign level, outside of their system, they don't have, they might have a book and that's it, you know, and to compare and contrast certain type of IDs, but outside of that, that's all they can do, you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
It's all about standing on your square. That's all it, like, as soon as I gave it to him, it was like, well, what is this? This is IDL and IDP. He put, you know, it comes in the package. So he took it out of the package. He's like, you mind if I, no, at first he asked, you know, they're not doing anything to violate, because they don't want to do anything to try to violate your rights. So it was like, you mind if I take this out? Yeah, go ahead. Check it out. Read through it.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So you got the two forms of ID. I know some people have the debit cards with the names, and then also mentioning the tribe, and also even if you have a tribal ID, that's even extra icing on the cake. In which we will be issuing our tribal IDs within a couple weeks.
Well, now that you speak on that, I did forget about that. At the end of the you know, the scrutiny of it, he just wanted to see. He said, "Yo, you got anything else that matches this?" I showed him my credit card. So yeah, here you go. And it was good. It was absolutely good. Then he was like, I apologize. You know, I just never seen it before. I was like, yeah, that's no problem, sir. Keep it cordial, kept it going. I like, you know, people are expecting to be held up for, you know, almost the miss they plan. It probably took 5 minutes. So it was just a regular routine check, like any other, like you said, if I would have had jewelry on, or I would have left my headphones or something in my pocket. It was like that, and it was over.
Indeed. So definitely, man, appreciate this testimonial. I know you're gonna have many more to come.
Yeah, bro. You know I'm gonna demonstrate.
we gonna end this one and get into the new one. The new one you just did.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. Give me 2 minutes. I'm gonna send you the link to the next one.
Okay, that'll work.
All right. Peace.
Peace.